Nolan Rollins here, the chair of the Estero Forever Foundation. We want to bring to you an update of what's going on in the village of Estero. We are very fortunate to have as our village manager Steve Sarkozy, and he's going to take a few minutes to share with you today what's going on in the village of Estero. It's a brief video. I hope you'll take time to listen to what Steve has to say.
Hi there. I'm Steve Sarkozy at the village of Estero, and I've been asked by the leadership of the Estero Forever Foundation to provide an update on things happening in the village of Estero. First off, we're so pleased in the village that we have a not-for-profit foundation that we can call on to serve as one of our active partners as projects come into being. And we have a number of different activities that might be of interest to the Estero Forever Foundation in the near future. Things that we're working on currently are, as always, trying to advance the interests of the community and trying to provide an even better, more rounded community in terms of the amenities that we have available to us. We continue our practices at the village of being a very low-cost operation in the true spirit of government light. And we continue to have one of, if not the lowest, property tax rates in all of South Florida. That has come back to us on a number of different times with accolades from the legislature and the media on a number of fronts. We continue with that practice, utilizing strong partnerships in the private sector to provide needed services. The range of services that we're currently providing, you see out there, we've completed the Estero Parkway improvements. We're moving on to additional landscape improvements on Via Coconut and on Corkscrew Road in partnership with Lee County. And we also have several other of those projects in store in the next 2 to 3 years. We are continuing with our planning effort with the Estero on the river property. That 65 acres was a very bold move by the village and particularly the leadership of the village council. But that acquisition of 65 acres on that very important intersection within Estero is proving to be a truly valuable asset. The property value, if for no other reason, if we were to sell the property at some point, we're not planning on doing that at this point, but if we were ever to plan to do that, the property is appreciated considerably since the time we purchased it. So from a business standpoint, it's a good move. But even more importantly, we think from an environmental and from a recreational standpoint, that property is going to be a tremendously valuable asset to the village for a long time to come. As you may know, in the community, we structure our range of services not in response to any knee-jerk reactions or some pet interests of staff or council members, but we really go out and gauge the range of activities that we should be involved in based on our responsibilities in the functional areas that we are involved in. So in the case of roads, we've gone out and evaluated our responsibilities in roads, and our services then respond to that in a very professional way. The same is true for stormwater, for parks, and so forth. And very interestingly, the things that we're going to be working on in the near future are priorities that have come out of our park and open space and our bike and pedestrian mobility plans. What we found in that planning effort is that off-road pathways, and particularly pathways where you're protected, you're away from traffic, are really an important element of the community. Those are things that we're going to be able to do in the Estero on the River property in a big way. We'll be able to tie into the network of paths and walkways in the state park, and with a series of bridges over the Estero River, we'll have great access to many of our neighborhoods in the community. We're planning at this point the upgrade of paths along the Estero River, really providing an opportunity for the public to access that important piece of property. Another key project that was identified in the Park and Open Space Plan is a performing arts center. And that was one of the top 3 priorities for all of the village. And I'm pleased to say that that project is moving, we think, in a very positive way, with strong support from outside organizations that would be not only major contributors, but major users of that facility. And we're hoping that in the near future, we'll have more to talk about publicly regarding that. But those are the kind of things that we are teeing up. And a third element, in addition to the pathways, the Performing Arts Center, is the whole notion of a sports park. Right now, the village is tremendously lacking in ball fields, soccer fields, pickleball courts, and so forth. The things that our residents would really use in terms of active recreation. And I think we're on the cusp of some really great opportunities here. We're trying to assemble land that could be used by the community and the schools in a way that maximizes the use of taxpayer dollars, but provides world-class facilities for this community. So those are things that are very active, that have high value, we think, to the community. And we're going to be talking about each of those 3 areas, pathways, performing arts, and sports parks, within the next 12 months. So exciting times for Estero. We have extraordinarily strong finances. And with the strong support from the community, we're going to continue to provide high-quality, value-added services for everyone's benefit. So I look forward to working with the Estero Forever Foundation on what's going to be a very exciting year to come. Thank you.